And equally speaking, you come to a problem of the 14th Amendment says, if you're subject to the laws of the country, or something right along those lines, then you're a citizen. And, well, if I need to call your country's government to deport you, then you're not really subject to my jurisdiction, are you? And so, look, it would be nice if we could all for a moment go, the 14th Amendment was put in place because we had slaves here who weren't citizens, and then we said they were, and that's what it was for. The end. As the entire Congress seemed to believe would be the case at the time. But modern day politics is modern day politics, so now it means whatever the hell we want it to mean. Much like, for example, the Second Amendment, or the First, or I can't wait till the Third means whatever we want it to. The world's going to, like, crap themselves on a regular basis.
What the Third means,
no troops will be quartered in people's homes.
Okay. Take it to the extent of meaning something like you cannot have, like, your family member living with you who happens to be a soldier cannot be living with you or something.
Oh, no.
Some cockamamie.
Take it the other way. Logic. Well, they said I couldn't station them in your home, but you have a garage.
Or, hey, you do have a barn.
Right.
You have a barn on your land.
Hey, there's a shed in the backyard. We'll put them in there. Right. And look, if we were treating the Third Amendment the way we treat the Second, that's exactly what we'd be doing. And we're just kind of going a different direction with it with the 14th. So, look, I get that everybody wants the Constitution to contain whatever it is their current feelings on the subject are, but it doesn't. Right. And so, sorry. You know, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I really do get the possibility and the arguments that the 14th Amendment was not originally intended for children of illegal immigrants born in the United States, but really it was meant for African slaves who weren't officially citizens of the United States. They're trying to make an amendment just to blanketly and swiftly accept them as citizens. But I don't know if I'm not really convinced that the original intent of the people that framed the 14th Amendment really overrules what the raw text of the 14th Amendment says, which is all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, yada, yada, yada. So it says all persons born. I mean, let me get something straight.
Yeah, all persons born. And the next part matters.
No, it says all persons born or naturalized.
And
subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
So if you fall into one of these two categories and this third one applies to you, then you're a citizen. Now, look, the third one doesn't apply if you're an illegal immigrant.
You know? I think you might have just lit a bit of a spark in my head, Don. Pointing that out. And subject to the jurisdiction thereof. So officially, officially, it is not our jurisdiction to say what a non-citizen, what is to be done with a non-citizen. But I would say
all their country to send them back. I mean, yeah. You know,
I mean, to a minuscule extent, though, they kind of are under our jurisdiction in that we have to, like, round them up and then we put them in jail. And, you know, there's the due process and trial and whatnot to determine whether or not they actually should be deported. But
sure, but they aren't
beyond that, though, they aren't really under our jurisdiction. I can understand that.
And this is the argument that's playing out. And don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that if this ever gets to SCOTUS, they will agree with me, because there's a good chance they won't. On the other hand, SCOTUS makes a lot of rulings that I think are ridiculous. So, I got to live with them anyway. That said, if the original intent of the amendment was going to be, look, if you are born on American soil, even as an illegal immigrant, then you're a citizen. Then why did we need to change the policy 30 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the policy was by default X after the amendment was passed, it could not have intentionally meant Y. That's, you know.
And you go mentioning the third line, third part of the 14th Amendment right there, makes me wonder as to how National Review was not as simply as that, focusing on that part. I mean, all it took is for you to point out "and" under the jurisdiction. And hey, they aren't officially under our jurisdiction. So, yeah.
Right.
But National Review did not do that. Like, they were just meandering on the point. Damn it.
What were they getting at here?
So
they're concentrating on what they were talking about when they actually argued the amendment. And look, to some degree or another, effectively that has to be relevant, right? I mean, it's the same thing that everybody's doing when they say, well, go read the Federalist Papers. I mean, effectively what you're saying, what
right.
they're saying is go read the Federalist Papers of the 14th Amendment.
Right. I got you. I mean, it is relevant, but then, the leftist gun grabbers, they want to then like play the mental gymnastics of, oh, the founding fathers never intended for people to own an AR-15 or any full auto rifle or anything like that. But then
a completely nonsensical claim, but
yeah,
I mean, they make it. I don't know.